What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on the latest, not even latest, just as the season winds down and Winnipeg is bound to miss the playoffs again, so every year they've been up there, they've missed it. What the future holds for Evander Kane and Winnipeg. And to be honest with you, I don't think there is one. I say this almost every 6 months to do one of these pieces, but this time I really think Evander Kane's on his way out the door. It just never really meshed well. I think he liked Atlanta a lot more than Winnipeg, and that's not necessarily a knock on Winnipeg. That's just the way it is. And this year, 39 points, 260 games. He's still only 22 years old. He'll be 23 in August. So a very young power forward that's had a 30-goal season before, and can bring you a whole lot of everything. Sandpaper, offensive prowess. He can fight. He's a physical player. And, it's the guy that was the number 5 overall pick in the draft for a reason, because he was an amazing power forward during his days with the Vancouver Giants of the Western Hockey League. Now, I heard LA is looking at him. I think he'd be a fit there. They have a veteran team, but, getting some young, established. Kane pretty much gives you the best of both worlds, and that I believe he's played over 300 games in the show. Yeah, 321 games in the NHL. He's scored 97 goals, so, realistically, he could have might be a stretch because in the year with 100 career goals, and he's still only 22, 23. So you're getting a little bit of everything there. And I think if the Bruins don't re-sign Gilmore or Riley Smith, and I think they'll re-sign both of them, I think he'd be a fit in Boston. I'd be willing to give up Marchand for him, as part of a deal. And I think teams are going to be inquiring about him. I don't think Winnipeg will get right now what they would have gotten had they moved him 2 years ago when his entry-level deal was up, and the first whispers that he really wanted out of Winnipeg were coming up. And I can't just fault the Jets organization. Kane's had plenty of bouts of immaturity. I know he was walking on a restaurant tabs in Winnipeg, supposedly, and then, the picture with the water catch, I thought that was blown out of proportion, to be honest. I didn't think that was that big of a deal. But, it's just, the marriage really hasn't worked out between Winnipeg and Evander Kane, and I think a change of scenery will help Kane. And I think going with team, and like I said, I think the Bruins would have been a good fit for him. Where if he's surrounded by guys like Chara, like Lucic, like Bergeron, Krejci, that are winners, that have been there, and are all classy, for the most part classy guys. And I think Kane could be like, okay, I can buy into this system, even though he may not put up as much offensive productivity in Claude's system, but I think he'd be willing to sacrifice that for points. And learning that at a young age is a big thing. I think it's going to come down to the Bruins and the LA Kings. Maybe another team gets in the mix for him, but I think there's a market for him. Teams want him, and Winnipeg wants to move him. So over and under his draft day, he's out of Winnipeg. We'll see how that comes together. But I think that it's best for both parties. I like seeing this kid play, because when he's on his game, he's a very, very talented young man. Anyway, that's on sort of the Power Play with CJ on Evander Kane possibly playing his last games in Winnipeg. Stay tuned for more episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.